Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing a video about the workouts that I use, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. So as you can see, I'm in a slightly different setup. I previously didn't like the way that I filmed in my bedroom, hence why I was kind of making more videos upstairs in my office. But obviously this is now a slightly more new location. It's basically my bedroom, but it's just at a different angle, so it's more in the corner. I was kind of getting a bit pissed off with the window being a bit of a distraction in the video, so this is kind of nice, and it's just white walls and pretty stuff on the wall that you've seen before, and just a different way that I've set up my pillows. But I just kind of wanted to just do it and sort of see how I felt with it, and I kind of like it, so hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, let's get on with the video itself. So I work up for a startup company, and they are a company Apps Beyond, and they make apps, and the most current one and the most popular one that we produce at the moment is Countdown Plus. You might have heard of it if you check out my Twitter bio, which you can see up just right up there. And I do work for them, and yes, I use quite a few apps now for work and to kind of make our work environment better, and there's a few apps that we've sort of suggested to each other and we've kind of gone through them. So I have 4 apps that I wanted to talk about. I have some notes here on my iPad that I wanted to kind of just go through. Slack basically eradicates the need for emails. If you are pretty well aware and you work in a big group of people, even in a small group, the emails can get a little complicated, and plus when someone says, do you have that email that says that piece of information about the thing, and then you're just trying to like search through this whole lines of like pages and pages full of emails that you've got, you know, it's very hard to find the right email amongst it, and you can't remember who it was from or whatever. Slack, it kind of makes that a lot easier. So we use it in a way to chat amongst each other, just in general, about general chat, and then we have channels. So on Slack you can have channels, lets you sort of make channels for specific topics. So maybe you want something about marketing, or you want something to do with like the finance department, or you want something to do with new ideas that you've got, or something else in your department that you need, and topics and stuff. That's what I really like about it. And also within those channels you can then integrate apps like Dropbox, MailChimp, review bots, that kind of thing. And all sorts of different places and all sorts of different apps that you can integrate within the channel. So we have a channel that is strictly dedicated to just reviews from the App Store or the Google Play, which is a really good thing, and that's just the only channel that sort of feeds that information. And basically I get notifications then on any apps that I have with the Slack app. So I use the desktop version, and I also have iPhone version, but they are available of course as well on Android. So, it makes kind of working a lot more better, and it's more streamlined. Since we found Slack, our communication levels have gotten a lot better, and I really do recommend it as a service. There's lots of different companies that use it, really big companies. You've got like the Sunday Times use it, Lush uses it, eBay uses it, and also what I've noticed in the background of vlogs is the Philip DeFranco show, the little small team that they have. So the graphic designer, the producer, and the editor, and all of that stuff, and even Philip himself, they all kind of communicate via Slack, which I think is a really good idea. And I like the service so much. We don't email anymore. We literally just don't email it. And if it's an email from another company, then we obviously email back. But it just makes communication amongst the work team a lot better. So you can dedicate channels as well. So say, for example, the particular channels, you only want them to be reviewed by particular people, you can do that as well. So that's Slack in a nutshell. I will obviously leave links to any tutorials or any videos that they have on their websites, and obviously the links to them in the description down below, so you guys can check them out. But of course, check them out at the end of the video. Next up is Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is kind of one of those things where a lot of people will use it for personal reasons and also work reasons, so it's a good place to kind of dump files and stuff. And of course, if you're a company that has kind of a few laptops and stuff, or you're all on different laptops, on personal laptops, kind of Dropbox is a good way to kind of save your work and back it up, and make sure that you don't, if your laptop ever fails, you don't have stuff that you're like, oh my god, the laptop failed, there was a big project that we were working on and I lost all the files. And you know, that way that you save your ass basically by not losing any of the files, and you don't have any of those issues. You can use it for free, but you have a limited amount of space. So I actually have subscribed to a larger amount of space. So I've got a terabyte of space, and I've decided to pay annually, so it's once a year. So I have to pay in June, and then obviously like every June then on forwards, and then I pay around about £79, I think that's what it was. it's a lot of money. I know that sounds a lot, that's quite high, but for the amount of space that you get, that is pretty reasonable. And you can obviously pay monthly as well. If you're a person who prefers to pay monthly and know when your money's going out monthly, then you can do that as well, which is not too bad. Yeah, we use it more to kind of back up stuff and just make sure that things aren't lost. And we try and use that more of a service that way, rather than kind of saying, oh, look at this file, would you check it out? It's more like, here's some files that we need that are assets based. And what's really good is that because it works really well on desktop, it basically just becomes one of an extra folder in your computer, and it works great on Android as well, and also on iPhone, which I really love because I use it for my personal reasons. So I have my camera roll images, so whatever I've uploaded, if I just kind of open the app, then all the pictures will just go straight into the Dropbox folder, so I can see that straight away on my laptop, and I get notifications as well. So really, really good for that. I love it. Next up is Trello, which is something that I kind of wanted to talk about, but we don't use very often. We used to use kind of a little bit more in the past. So Trello is good for a listing based service. So if you have, like, say for example, you have like a to-do list, like things to deploy or something for the app, features that we would like, things to do, and you can kind of add those columns in. It's kind of like a better version of Excel when you're trying to do list-based service stuff. So you can then drag and drop things into different columns. You can add notes on things, you can add to-do lists to do, so that you have a checklist of things that you need to do. But the only negative that I would find that I have with Trello is that there's no desktop version. I have looked many times on the Trello website and you can't use it. You could only use the website. And for me, I prefer to have the apps on my desktop. So that's why Slack works well for me. That's why Dropbox works really well, because it's on my computer. And whereas I find that if it's a web version, I feel like I'm not telling myself to go there all the time, because if it's in the bottom section of my apps on my Mac, then I know that I will definitely go to those and make sure that I open them every single time. That's why we don't use Trello as much, because there's no much need. The notifications aren't that great as well. I'm not sure how they work on the phone. They do have Android, of course, and an iPhone, but I just don't think it's as good as a service, and we don't use it that much. But I think it's kind of something that maybe you have to, it's an acquired taste maybe service. So maybe there are better apps out there that sort of have that service, but maybe are better integrated for a desktop version. I don't know. And then last up I want to talk about is Quip. So we have been really sort of struggling to find a service that would let us collaboratively work on a document. So say for example you have a Word document, you shove it in Dropbox. The problem is that when you do that, things get kind of convoluted and very, very confusing. It's like, there's the document, but I don't know who made the changes. I'm not quite sure where to look. And this is the same for Evernote. Like, it's a glorified Evernote, I feel, because with Evernote, yes, you can share files with team members, but you have no idea who made the changes unless you tell someone on a different app, maybe say Slack. You've told them on Slack that you've made changes. That's the only way they're going to know about it. But with Quip, you have the main part of your screen, and then on the left hand column you have all of the extra information that you need. So I know that my boss has made changes to a document, he's put in links to stuff, or he's put in an extra paragraph. You can then message and comment on particular paragraphs, and you can make notes and say, hey, how about using this image, or how about using this kind of words, or that sentence is a bit complicated, maybe simplify it. And you can make comments and you can have a discussion via that. That will then show up on your left hand column as well. It just is so good. And you can also put Excel spreadsheet stuff within the document itself. You can make many different folders, you can share folders, you can have private folders. It's really made our work life a lot more smoother. We were really struggling before because we were using Dropbox and we were using those sorts of services where we used Word. But the problem is when you're trying to do something collaboratively, so say for example I come up with an idea for social media and then I show that to him on a Word document, it's kind of hard to write notes at the side, and Dropbox doesn't really offer that service where you can kind of make comments and do stuff, and neither does Word. So, you know, in some ways, Quip helps you if you are a collaborative sort of environment or work kind of environment, that it could work really well for you. One thing that I do really love is that there is a desktop version as well for this. There's Android and there's iPhone. And the one thing that I adore about the site more than I adore about Trello is a bit, like, it has its issues and it has its problems, but with Quip, you get notifications as soon as someone's made a new document. You get a ping on your phone. As soon as someone's made some changes, you get like a ping on your phone. You get email notifications as well about changes that have been made during the week. And I adore the platform so much more than we were really struggling to find a service that would do exactly that, and we found it. And then I think I recommend it a lot. I recommend all of these apps essentially in this video, because if you're a startup company, or you are a medium company, or even if you're an employer and you want to take these ideas, take this video to your boss and say, look, hey, I found this video with these really cool ideas of like apps and stuff, then I would love to know if you did do that, because that would be amazing. But yeah, I really want to make more of these videos in the future, so this is kind of something that I want to start doing more often. Obviously I want to do my experiment videos, so the makeup experiments, fashion experiments, all that kind of stuff. But that takes a little bit more planning and processing, and I want to kind of put more effort into these. Whereas these ones are really fun to make because I can just put a few notes together, get them sorted, and make it into a video, and add some funky graphics, and it makes me feel like I'm doing some good content for my channel. I will definitely do some more like app review stuff in the future. I'm playing a lot more apps on my phone, and I'm using a lot more apps than I used to before. So yes, I hope you guys like this video, and if you're new to my channel and you like what you've just seen, then hit the red subscribe button down below to be told when I make videos, because I make them every Sunday. And I guess all I've got left to say is a happy work over and out. Sayonara!